2020. This is the year that we will all remember for decades to come. The year we had to fight for our survival and livelihood. The pandemic posed the greatest threat that our country has seen in our 56 years of history. A threat so consequential that it pushed my friends in the tourism sector to their limits.
2020 is like riding a roller coaster for me. Closing our attractions and seeing the globe stop spinning the day before circuit breaker was really painful and emotional for me and my team. I really miss seeing families and children in the park, and even the screams of our guests at Halloween Horror Nights. So when we made the difficult decision to cancel it, my heart sank. It would have been our 10th anniversary for HHN.
The port closure signified the start of some very dark time for the cruising sector. I stood at the cruise terminal on day 2 of Chinese New Year, looking at our last cruise come back from a week of sailing, and all I could wonder was, how long would this last?
So I'm very used to a lobby which is always very busy. So when I realized that all the flights has been grounded and countries were starting to close their borders, it really put me down. I was not able to interact with my guests. As a concierge, that is the core of my job.
Nothing beats the loud cheers in an arena. When we had to put our events on pause during the start of the pandemic, it was as difficult as it was painful. We achieved success with new digital and broadcast strategies, but at the end of the day, I missed the intensity and acceleration that comes with our physical events. It was the people, our athletes, our fans that made up half the job.
Who would have thought that the beginning of the year would be my last tour? Bringing history to life in the tours that I create. That meaning that I draw from each tour really helps to fuel my passion forward. I suppose momentarily that was taken from me, and I think it's important to remember at the end of a tired struggle, what is it that pushes you forward?
Going into 2020 was supposed to be the busiest period for us. That completely changed when COVID-19 hit Singapore shores. When circuit breaker period started, everything came to a standstill.
COVID-19 has dealt a heavy blow to the global tourism sector, including Singapore's. Many of our tourism businesses have had to make painful sacrifices to stay afloat.
Looking back, it definitely was not an easy year. However, the backbone of this industry is our people. The resilience, the strength, the ever-constant urge to adapt and reimagine. That's what the Singapore tourism sector is built on.
Though this year has been very challenging for the industry, we achieved great things that we never thought possible. We have also proven to be more capable of reimagining new concepts and thinking out of the box to adapt to the new normal. The innovation spirit is very much alive, and we will keep this fire burning as we overcome the pandemic.
I hope that as an industry and as a nation, we can continue to be a leading example for our partners around the world. I would also like to express my deepest gratitude to anyone for their dedication and unwavering support.
The hotel sector has been more resilient and prepared as ever before. I'm so happy to have all these Singaporeans coming back to rediscover Singapore. I just cannot wait to serve them and to see the smile on their face.
In reimagining the future of MICE events, the team conceptualized the hybrid broadcast studio and built it in just 7 days. We are constantly redesigning the way we do things, and when the time comes, we hope to host more impactful events on a bigger scale.
Never lose that grit, because that's that one quality that will take us forward so that we can eventually see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Going to the new year, obviously I hope that things will look up for the industry as a whole. And hopefully we can look out for more exciting concepts and events coming back to Singapore.
They are optimistic of the sector's return to better times, and our government will continue to stand shoulder to shoulder with our sector and our workers. So let's continue to work together and draw strength from one another, and we will chart a new tomorrow for our tourism sector.